All right, here is about the 80% update on my golf hitting mat that I'm building for my garage. I wanted to go ahead and show this because I'm about to cover up the sides. I want you to be able to see like the layers of everything that I've got going on here. So just basically, I've seen several people just take a normal cheaper golf mat like this one right here that I bought. I think I spent maybe 60 bucks on that, just on Amazon is where I ordered it from, and mounted on a piece of plywood, which is great, but it kind of seemed like a little bit of a waste to me because the standard sheet of plywood is 8 foot long. That golf mat is, 5 foot long. So there's 3 feet left here on the edge I wanted to do something with. So I didn't really feel like just chopping that off. So I have a couple of good ideas I want to try here. But just to start, so this is a piece of 3/4 inch subfloor that I bought at Lowe's. I think it was like 21 bucks. This foam mat I also bought at Lowe's. It fits perfectly on there. It's a 4x8 pack that just interlocks together. I think it was $24. My hitting mat right there was $60 on Amazon. It's got a piece of foam on it, but I feel like the more foam, the better. But then we get to this section over here. And what I want to do is I have these from a long time ago, these different cuts of grass that I have. So I want to make a different way so I can change some of my lies and hit off of. So what I'm going to do is I want to put a Velcro strip in here and I'm going to be able to sub these parts right here in and out just with Velcro so I can change up if I want to hit off a different lie. That was what I wanted to use that last end for. If you notice the 2 different colors of grass, that's just because this was a late ad idea, like I said, because I did not want to cut the board and waste that other 3 feet right there. So I had an older golf hitting mat that was just sitting in the backyard, and I took it and pieced the best parts of it together. That's why it kind of looks a little rough right there. But that is just an old golf mat. That's why it's a different color. As far as the actual hitting area on the golf mat, I've had them where I just hit straight off the mat and they're fine. It's a little rough, a little hard on the hands, a little hard on your golf clubs. I actually broke my 5-iron just hitting off of a straight mat one time. So I saw some videos about a divot action board that you could build. And so that's kind of what I've tried to do here. Let's see if I can get this thing out. So this is a couple of pieces. Well, it's hard to pop out here. There it goes. Okay, so right here, this is all a different piece that comes out. This is supposed to simulate the effect of actually hitting off of real grass. So what it is I just cut a perfect rectangle here in my chunk of hitting mat. And right here is an 1/8 inch thick piece of acrylic, just Plexi-Glass. So on that, you take it and you glue, I think this is like air conditioner vent foam or something that you put around your windows when you put in like a window unit air conditioner. It's super, super soft, much, much less dense than this foam is here on the edge. So what happens is when you hit off of it, the middle part gives and bends to give you that kind of real effect of hitting into the dirt. So I'm not completely finished here. So I've done this before where I just try to hit off of it like this and it slides and it moves around. So what I'm gonna do is I've got some industrial Velcro. I'm gonna add here and here so that when I pop it in there, it doesn't slide and slip around. Also, I think this is really cool because I have been through, I don't know, 4 or 5 of these just standard hitting mats without doing this divot board in the middle. And you always get a piece of grass right here that is wore out. I've tore them a couple times, it has a big dent in it. So this makes this part basically replaceable. And I don't have to replace the entire thing. I can just redo that divot board whenever I want to redo my hitting mat. So I still gotta do a couple things. So right here, it will be like this. We'll get back to this. There'll be some Velcro right here, and I want it to be where I can adjust the distance from me. So I'm standing here and I can hit off of it here, hit off of it here, hit off of it here. This is just an old divot marking board. I've had this 4 or 5 years. Didn't really get a lot of use out of it, but I think this way we'll be able to use it a lot better because I had to glue it to some foam. It's really hard if you just try to hit off of it just normally. So these will be interchangeable. I'll have 3 different ones, be able to swap in and out, control how far away from the ball it is, just to work on a couple of different things with the swing. I might add some fake grass here to this black foam, but I really don't know that I'm gonna do that, just because it's always been kind of a pain in the butt to keep the golf balls up here. So when you're hitting into the net or hitting wherever, you know, golf balls are rolling all over the garage or going everywhere. If I could just, maybe I'm gonna add a border to the backside here and a handle so I can lift this thing and move it around a little easier. But might just keep this spot lower with an edge. That way it holds all the golf balls right there. So it's gonna be like a pseudo golf ball holder like you see at a driving range. So here's about the 80% update. I'm gonna go ahead and get this finished, get this tacked in. I'll show you the completed thing. And then I'll also show you what it looks like when I pull the net back and actually start hitting on it. So, thank you.